And good afternoon, good morning, good night, whatever you're doing at this point in time. Welcome back to VSN Week 14 Pick'em here at Variety on Variety Sports Network. My name is Brandon. Let's get to it. Let's get to Week 14. Before we get to Week 14, though, let's talk about Week 13, where we went wrong. We started out bad, man. 1-5, 1-5, or 1-4. I'm sorry, 1-4 up to a certain point. Last week, didn't get a single Thanksgiving Day game correct. Little shocked on that end. I thought there was going to be a little bit more. I mean, the games are great. Don't get me wrong; they were fantastic, but that was rough, man. Carolina with the upset of the St. Louis of the Los Angeles Rams. Houston getting a big win at Indianapolis. After that, though, I mean, we finished last week 12-4. Can't complain about that. It was a good week. A good week. Across the board for our pick'em. So let's jump into Week 14. Now here we are, Week 14. Now I missed Thursday Night Football last night, but I did pick the Dallas Cowboys to get a win. I thought Dallas was playing really, really well going into this one after a couple of big wins against Philadelphia and against the Kansas City Chiefs. I thought they were playing really good football. You had CeeDee Lamb go out last night at some point with a concussion. So that's a big move right there, a big loss for the Dallas Cowboys in that game last night. Detroit ended up winning. Did pick the Dallas Cowboys, so we'll take the L for that game there. Got some early Sunday window games that we're going to talk about here as we get going. We're talking about Seattle at Atlanta. Now, I'm going with the Seahawks with the 28-17 win. I think Seattle's too tough. They're more consistent right now than the Atlanta Falcons. I'd imagine they'll control this one from start to finish. Really do. I don't see Atlanta being able to keep up with Seattle at any point in time. But we'll see what happens. I've been wrong before. So we'll see. Give me the Seattle Seahawks though to beat the Atlanta Falcons in Week 14. Now, moving on, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens, and I'm taking the Baltimore Ravens in this one. Winners of 6, after that loss last week, they'd won 6 straight up into that point, and they caught a really good Cincinnati team that took the energy that Joe Burrow brought back to the game and ran with it, and they got pummeled by the Bengals last week. But Pittsburgh's not very good. Not very good. I know they just picked up Adam Thielen off of waivers, but I don't think that's going to do them a lick of anything. But we'll see. But give me the Ravens 24-20 in this one. Divisional game, they're always physical in the AFC North games like this. Baltimore's defense, Baltimore at home, gives them the edge, in my opinion. Looking at the Tennessee Titans taking on the Cleveland Browns. Now, I'm taking the Browns to get a win in this one. I think Shadur Sanders has the Browns playing a lot better than they were at the beginning of the season or any point of the season so far. So give me the Cleveland Browns to get a win. The defense is really good on both sides of the ball defensively. Both these teams aren't bad. Cleveland's going to have the edge just because they have a better defense, in my opinion. So, we'll go with that one. Now this one's not. No, I'm gonna skip that one because it's not an early game. I'm missing one here. I'll go Cincinnati. Let's go Cincinnati at Buffalo. I think Cincinnati gets this one. I know it's at Buffalo, but I think Cincinnati gets this one in a close game. You mean like 24-21 or 27-24 Cincinnati. The way they looked last week, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase Brown, T. Higgins, they all looked really good. Now T. Higgins is a little beat up going into this week, but I think they get a win in Buffalo and keep their playoff hopes alive in a very questionable AFC North. Still possible. Nobody's mathematically. Yeah, they are. Somebody's mathematically eliminated. Las Vegas Raiders. Forgot about that. So give me the Cincinnati Bengals to get a win in Buffalo. Big AFC win for the Cleveland Browns. Now, looking at this one, Indianapolis at Jacksonville. Indianapolis coming off of a Tough loss to the Houston Texans. Now, Jacksonville, division leaders at the moment. Indianapolis can get that right back with a win in Jacksonville, but I don't think it's going to happen. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars 27-24 in Jacksonville. I expect a tight divisional matchup in this one. Jacksonville makes some key plays late to get a win, 27-24. You heard it right here. Jacksonville wins. Looking at Washington Commanders taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota might be one of the worst football teams in the NFL right now. Not taking the Vikings. Going to take the Washington Commanders in this one. Washington played a pretty solid game against Denver last Monday night or last Sunday night, whichever day it was. So give me the Washington Commanders to get a 24-10 win, 24-13 win over the Minnesota Vikings. Just how I think that one's gonna work out. Moving on, we got the Miami Dolphins at the New York Jets. Nope, I'm taking the Jets, man. The Jets look pretty decent. I don't think Miami's going to be able to keep up. I don't think Miami's offense is as good as it was without Tyreek Hill as it is without Tyreek Hill. I don't think it really matters at this point. Tua. The Dolphins defense is not good. Give me the Jets to win 30-20. Jets to win 30-20 in this game. Miami's just not going to be able to keep up defensively, I think, with the Jets. I think the Jets are a tougher team. Last one, not least, looking at the New Orleans Saints taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, give me Tampa Bay to get this one. Final score, 24-20, Tampa Bay. New Orleans defense is better than they have been. I think being at home, though, Tampa Bay is going to get the win in this one. Next up, we got the Denver Broncos taking on the Las Vegas Raiders, who were officially eliminated from the playoffs this past weekend. I'm taking the Denver Broncos. It's an easy one, in my opinion. I don't think Las Vegas at all. I know the last time they played, they gave Denver some fits. But I don't think I think this will be a little different. Denver's playing at a higher level at this point of the season than they had been. I know they just had a close game against the Commanders, and maybe Denver is not as good as they show out to be, as their record shows out to be. But I think the Denver Broncos pick up a 27-14 win in this one. Raiders have struggled. They haven't been able to control a game. They turn the ball over a lot. They're not very efficient on offense. So give me the Denver Broncos to get a win. Now I got the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Arizona Cardinals. I see this one the same way I see Denver and Vegas. Rams dominate this one. I'm going with the Rams. Especially after their upset loss last week. I wouldn't necessarily, in a way, you can call it an upset loss to the Carolina Panthers last week. So give me the Los Angeles Rams, though, to get back in the rhythm of things with a 34-17 win over the Arizona Cardinals in Week 14. Rams offense is just too much, man. They're good. They're good. Now, I know Matt Stafford had an ugly game last week. Rams offense had an ugly game last week, but they'll get things fixed. They'll be fine. We already talked about Cincinnati and Buffalo. Just going through my list, I had some things mixed up. What game am I missing here? I think I covered them all so far. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, Chicago, Green Bay. Give me the Chicago Bears to get a big, just momentumous win in Green Bay. Momentumous win in Green Bay to take a commanding lead in the division. Give me the Chicago Bears, winners of 6 straight now. They didn't lose a single game in November. This is the point of the year when you have to win. If you want to be a legitimate playoff team, you have to win at this point of the season. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. You can't go back and forth on wins, losses here. If you won in the playoffs, if you want to be a serious contender for the Super Bowl, for the NFC Championship, you have to win in November and December. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You don't win in December, you don't get in the playoffs. Simple as that. You don't win in December, you don't win at the end of November, you're not getting in the playoffs, man. You're not. You got about a month left of the season. If you go 1-4, 1-3 in the month of December, you're going to be on the outside looking in unless you got yourself a comfortable lead. Give me the Chicago Bears to handle business in Green Bay 27-21. I like it. I like it a lot. Moving down the list, you got Houston at Kansas City. Give me the sticking Houston Texans. Their defense has been phenomenal lately. Absolutely phenomenal. Give me the Houston Texans, 27-20 in Kansas City to inch closer to an AFC South championship division title for the Houston Texans. They're right there with the Colts. They're right there with the Jaguars. After struggling at the start of the season, they got CJ Stroud back. They're getting healthy. Their defense is playing some of the best defense I've seen all season long. Give me the Houston Texans. Plus Kansas City's not the team they were in the past. I know they're in Kansas City, but one score game, Kansas City hasn't won a single one yet. I don't think. Maybe after last week. No, they lost. So, no, never mind. Never mind. Last but not least, you got the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Chargers of Los Angeles. Give me the Chargers. Taking the Chargers 28-24. Philadelphia, once again, has showed weaknesses. I said that last week. Y'all said that the Bears wouldn't beat the Eagles. Go ahead and correct yourselves. Bears did beat the Eagles. Give me the Los Angeles Chargers at home. It's a long flight for the Eagles. Chargers at home. Philadelphia has shown a lot of things over the last couple of weeks that are going, that other teams are looking at going, we can build off of that. And they are. And Philadelphia's weaknesses are showing right now. Sorry, Eagles fans, but they are. And you have to admit that. You're a true Eagles fan. You have to admit that right now. You lost 2 straight to Dallas and to Chicago. Chicago's a team that you're going to battle, possibly see again in the playoffs, that you're going to have to beat if you want to get back to Super Bowl. I'm not lying, man. I'm not lying. Those are my picks for Week 14. That's all you got. New England, Carolina. A few other teams are on a bye this week, so there's not as many games. First and lastly, before I leave you, let's not have any more buys during Week 14. It's December. You have a month till the playoffs start. No more buys in Week 14. It should be Week 12 and earlier. Week 12 and earlier, Roger Goodell. No more Week 14 buys. That's all I got. Those are my picks and predictions for Week 14 of the 2025 NFL season. Let me know your upset picks, their score predictions in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss next week's breakdown. Next week's picks, Week 15, as we inch closer to the playoffs. Enjoy the games, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you next week.